Hey folks, this is Brian with not RPG Day with my session review, campaign notes. What else do you call these things? My GM musings are in there too somewhere on occasion. But anyway, we had to play last night with my new group, and I felt it went much better. I know I focused more on trying to keep control of the game, keeping things rolling, that kind of thing. And while, there were places where it was stop and go, it was mostly running fairly well. I'm prepping up. Well, we ended last session in the woods with a random encounter, which was Trollkin. And I've been using the Sartar companion from HeroQuest for my wilderness random encounter kind of stuff. They've got a table in there. But since HeroQuest is a narrative system, the encounters don't have like a lot of stat to them. And there's interesting things. For example, with the Trollkin, the encounters got like 7 different phases, right? First phase, they're out there kind of sniffing around. As they get closer and closer, and more of them show up, and they start, trying to, eat the tackle and lick the horses and whatever else things that troll can do that are noisome and bothersome. And if you attack them, they squeal and scream and run. But if you kill one of them, everybody else starts screaming. Hey, there's food here, and they start eating the ones that get killed, and they don't have any numbers. They just keep coming and coming and coming. They just until the party has to essentially just depart. And that's kind of how I ran that first one. I don't remember all the specifics now, but so in the second one, I tied into another encounter for the actual. I didn't tie it to. I paralleled it with an actual encounter from the scenario, which is a troll ambush. So I took that encounter, took the trolls out, doubled the trollkin. So there's 8 trollkin, and they're all slinging. And so I found out, okay, the trolls know where paths and stuff are, so they are camping out because they're going to ambush people, maybe other trollkin, other creatures that are in the forest, as they go through this fording area on the river. And the sling's got a range of 80, so I put them just shy of 80. Because I'm going to pace it out, see, okay, where's the best place to set this up? And they split one on each side of the river. So the plan was, if somebody's coming through, they wait to the middle of the river, and they sling stones at them, right? And moving through the river kind of slows you down, because I was trying to figure out, okay, how many rounds, because these troll can actually sling stones before they go, they're going to get us, we need to run. And I had figured out 2 rounds initially. And I also figured out that if somebody does mobility spells, so they double their speed, they're just going to split. So I rolled random to see who gets hit, and I numbered the party 1 through 6. And I had them come to me with, okay, here's our marching order. And, okay, number 1, which is Subutai, got hit twice. And these Trollkin, I tried to do initially just, barrage kind of stuff. But they all have speed dart, which is plus 15 to hit and plus 3 damage with their slings. And so when he got hit twice, once in the leg, I forgot, I think that was the arm. And I rolled damage, the slings do a D8, rolled an 8, plus 3, that's 11. Got hit for 11 points twice. He's at 0, he's in the water drowning. Yeah, whoa. And a couple other ones got hit for a couple points, and 2 or 3 of the party members, made some scan rolls so they could see what happened. The guys didn't hide very well, but they were able to sneak well, or they did. So they got a scan and roll. A couple of them see it. One got special. So, okay, there's some small creatures up there that move around, and here comes Slingstone. So 3 of them can actually react. Pull shields, kind of dodge out of the way or something, right? But the others didn't. And That took Subutai down. So the party then go into Sigma's Intent, that kind of thing. They start rolling. Oh, and if you want to listen to the live play, it's in the description. So well, one of the party members, the Babista Gore infantry woman, she's got a amulet of heal 6 from the Earth Temple in White Wall, and so she does the heal on Subutai to get him conscious and start dragging him out, and everybody else kind of pulls through. Lars is trying to use one of the other party members as a blockade in front of him, angle himself behind the downriver kind of thing. And then the Isri's Emergence got mobility, and the snow guy, what's he called? Valand? The Valand bandit also have mobility, so they do mobility to get out of the way quickly. The bandit goes to hide in the woods. The merchant says, "I'm going to go engage these guys." So he starts running forward, and everybody else kind of just gets out of the river. I did do another round of slinging stones because the delay of moving through the water gave them a round to do stuff. After they slung stones, they took off. So the Trollkins scatter, and we've got 2 guys with mobility on, nobody else with mobility on, and they're at close range, I think is what it was, C. And again, I'm trying to get a feel for how to track this chase sequence mechanic. I did better this time. I'm still not happy with it, so I'm going to have to mess with it some more. I kind of laid out on my board here the various distances that the Trollkin are at and need to go, and then you got the players and do plus and minuses for if they make their roll or miss their roll, and then do the same with the Trollkin, and the differences either increase the range or decrease the range. And it turns out that one of the Trollkin nobody chased, so we got away. And then there was one Trollkin who got a crit on his roll, even with the subtractions. Now there's an issue. There's a mechanic in the chase mechanic of if you're moving faster than the person who's either chasing you or being chased by you, then for every point over the others, you get a -5% on your Dex ×5 roll. And so just because you go faster than the guy doesn't mean you're going to catch him. It just means it's harder for him to make his roll to stay ahead, in this particular case, to stay ahead. And that's kind of hard to convey. So we had some discussion on it. I tried to get that across how that works. That, yeah, you're moving twice as fast as they are, but we're not doing melee rounds counting hexes. And he criticaled his roll. He got out of sight. You lost him. Sorry. And so that was a merchant that was chasing after him. Lars was with the merchant, but Lars didn't have mobility on, although the merchant cast mobility on somebody else. I think it was the big beast of Gore. So some of the party's moving fast, but again, that's just modifying the Trollkin's Dex ×5 roll. And they've got decent dexes. So nobody chased 2, he's gone. Or 1 escaped. So we got 3 and 4. 4 catches up to within 2 lengths range, and so that's Ngisi Noble throws a javelin but misses, and changes to his pulls his broadsword out as he's chasing him, but he actually gets to within close range, is able to attack, takes the leg out on the troll. No, leg out? Or the no, it was a leg. That's right. And then hit him again and killed him. The Beast of Gore eventually catches up with her Trollkin. and that's the one I believe that gets no, because she got lost. Yeah, she lost sight of one of the Trollkin and ended up getting lost. Actually, she tried to make a tracking roll and fumbled it, so it must have been the Valen bandit who caught up to his, damaged the arm really badly, so they tie him up, take him back to the river, but he comes back to the crossing. Eventually, everybody meets back up. There was some shouting, hey, I still after this one, I still after this one kind of thing. So, this is a movement involved, yeah. But again, we're not counting hexes, and yeah, going twice as fast, but these are, not melee rounds. So we just talked through that, right? So eventually everyone gets back. They tie a troll up and leave it. Part of the party wanted to kill him. There's some discussion on trolls and how they've had trolls in the area. And the final consensus seemed to be, we leave him alive to tell everybody that, yeah, we're tough, leave us alone, but we're not vicious, don't come kill us. Okay, so they get to the temple area, make camp off to the side. No encounters that night. No encounters the next morning. So they break camp and they come over to the temple area. I did a PowerPoint kind of block the diagram because it's roughly the area. There's a piece of an old road here, another piece of the road up here. There's this big platform for the temple. There's this other actual black building. There's the well pit. There's 2 more buildings nobody's ever gone to yet. And there's some discussion about what did we encounter here and where should we go. And this recent merchant who has troll customs was trying to get more information out of me, and trying to get the mentality of the trolls, what the trolls would do here in the temple area. And honestly, it's no idea because you don't know the relationship between the trolls and the temple area. But Lars did start actually describing an encounter they had with trolls here in the temple area. And the brew, I didn't quite get across the fact that the brew actually had a cavern underneath the temple. Our king point was going to say, yeah, they were in a cavern under the temple. But, they followed the stairs down, so it's still part of the temple. He talked a little bit about the little temple inside the temple area, where they had the pillars and they're being shot at behind and that kind of stuff, right? A little discussion about the brew and the trolls that were there. And he recommends, hey, let's go to where the death cultists are, which we know are down through this black stone building. There's a stairwell that goes down because that's where they came up, right? And in fact, the encounter they had with some of these death worshiper maybe they're guardians, who knows? These death worshiper guys were run back to that stone block when they actually captured one of them, because they captured 2 previously. Took them back to the Glorantha temple. So they said, okay, we're going to do this. And while we're discussing this, I'm trying to get a marching order out of them. Kind of say, okay, do you want to come from the north? Do you want to come from the south? And I remember that one of the guys actually on top trying to keep an eye out for what's going on, because they're still, it has been 3 weeks. But there's the scenario's got an ambush here, right? So he's up on top. He missed some of his rolls, and so I had the party make some scan rolls. A couple of them made it. Okay, you see somebody or shape on top of the building drop down. Looks like it's on the far side. It doesn't look like it's on the side. Certainly not the north or south side. So at that point, a couple of them book off. So, okay, we destroy marching order. Okay, how far you want to go into here's the doorway. How far you want to go in? Okay, in, up. Everybody starts badging up on the door. And inside, the death worshippers have set up. I have had three phases of encounters planned for last night. This is the second one. We only got that far, so. So the death cultists have 2 in the back corners, 2 in the front corners, the main guy at the top of the stairs, and then somebody else behind him. And it turns out the guy behind him is like really weak. And not very good at all. So the plan is, okay, if these guys, if we have an encounter and it's too much for us, go get help. Or warn everybody, and that kind of thing, right? And then the three in the back, the guy in the middle and the two back guys are going to throw spells. They've got Demoralize. They do have Disruption too, but it all depends on how things were playing out, but that was the idea, to have them shooting spells. And the two in front would just engage and start fighting. And so that kind of happens, so it's going to, and so got guys running in, people move up on them, and then, okay, we don't want to be on the inside of the building all blocked up, we want to back up and have them come to us, kind of thing. So some shifting around going on. We talked a little bit about engagement, disengagement, but we didn't really mess with it. Because it's not like they had an ongoing fight and then you just had to leave, right? Everybody's kind of moving around still. So there's some shifting around. The Beast of Gore is inside engaging with the big guy. One of the ones in front engages her from the back, actually the side. And the other one's up front. Eventually, the bandit steps back in. Somebody tries to shift past him and get back behind. Eventually, the party slowly over the next couple rounds, 2-3 rounds, maybe 4 rounds, managed to get everybody inside this small stone building. So it is packed in there. And it can get kind of confusing. Even with me, I've got a big screen that I've got on the map that I'm trying to watch to make sure I can see what's going on. So I'm not sure. And the other guys are, using... they're doing split screen, so they got the video run on one side and they've got their character sheet on the other, kind of thing, and so the picture isn't all that great for them, but there seemed to be enough differentiation between people they could tell basically who they were and where they were going, that kind of thing. So slogging combat ensues. Couple of the guys squeeze by and attack one of the guys in the corner, so he changes to sword and shield. Well, he had a shield up, pulls a sword out if he's done casting spells. The one in the far corner keeps casting spells almost the entire time. Now, these guys have got the Fanaticism spell. And for those of you who are not familiar with Fanaticism, you're not allowed to cast defensive spells. I think you can heal and cast offensive spells, but your attack with your melee weapons goes up by half again. So if you're at 50, it goes to 75. And so I had, their plan was, okay, if we get hurt like half down, go Fanatic. As it turned out during gameplay, when we got to that point, we're actually a round behind. They should have gone Fanatic round prior to when they actually did, because they would cast the Fanaticism, everybody burst on him and killed him. Now the first guy got out of the building, and Lars with his 2-hex pole jab with his heavy spear hit him in the head, killed him. Well, put him unconscious, bleeding, will die in 5 rounds, kind of thing, right? So that kind of gave the party, okay, we can take these guys out. But once they got inside and these guys are blocking their shield pretty well, a couple of the players got demoralized. One of them realized that he was demoralized and used Meditate to get out. But the Beast of Gore stayed demoralized, so she wasn't hitting too well. Everybody else was hitting fairly decent, but these guys are parrying pretty well. But eventually they took one down, took out his leg, ganged up on another guy, took him out completely. They finished up the one in the corner, so there's only one left. And he had cast Fanaticism the round before, but he doesn't attack until 7. And people are getting there, or hitting on 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. So on 7, everybody gets a chance to attack, but he missed, and everybody else just drilled him down. So at that point, we stopped the game. We're pushing almost 20 minutes now, and it was almost 2:30, almost 1:30 in the morning for me. So it was a long day. It was a pretty good stopping point as well. And then we discussed a little bit about, next session, that kind of thing. So anyway, Still got to work on these chase mechanics. I felt a little more in control of running the game. In the combat, it just ran. I lost complete track of time as we were running through. And I'd kind of set up for 3 combats. Wasn't sure we'd get to the third one, and we didn't. Happy gaming.